This is the Marriage, Kids, and Money podcast with Andy Hill, session number 74. This show is dedicated to helping you strengthen your family tree and live financially free. Thank you for being here today, everybody. A little over a year ago, I started a blog. I called it arbetterment.com. The AR stood for Andrew Russell. That was going to be my pseudonym, my secret blogger name. And the betterment portion is self-explanatory. I wanted to better myself each day to become the best guy that I could be. And that blog doesn't exist anymore. I went with Marriage, Kids, and Money because I wanted to hone my betterment in each of those three areas: marriage, kids, and with my money. The reason I started these blogs and eventually this podcast was purely a creative outlet. I wanted a place to flex my creative muscle, a place for me to share a few things, and mostly for me to learn a lot for myself. As the months passed by, I discovered there were a lot of people out there that were actually making some money doing this, and some of them were making a full-time living. It was pretty inspiring because I was just doing this for fun, and then I found out, wow, okay, there's money involved. I started to learn from some of these folks. I started to interview some of them on the show, and eventually I started to learn how it all works. Although I have a ton more to learn, I'm definitely a newbie. This year, my goal is to make $5,000 from the blog and the podcast. That's something I never really thought was possible. And the beauty of it all, I really enjoy this. I'm having a lot of fun. Yes, I'm in my basement talking to myself right now, but I'm having a lot of fun. So it's like a hobby that gives me a little extra cash for fun, investing, and, funding some of the travels that I'm going to do with my family this year. And I'm having a blast. And I know that next year, my side income is going to be even better because I'm going to figure out more stuff. So anyway, that's my tiny little blogging podcast story for everybody. But how about this one? My guest today is Michelle Schroeder-Gardner. She started her blog, Making Sense of Sense, for fun as well, and then found out, wow, I could make some money from this too. Except Michelle has been doing it a lot longer than I have, and she's now making $1.5 million per year doing it. Yeah, you heard me. $1.5 million per year. Oh, did I mention she's built this business of hers all in her 20s? Amazing. On the show today, I ask her how she got her start, how specifically she makes her money, and then I ask her for advice for others who are looking to even have a fraction of her success. Even if you're not into blogging, Michelle's straightforward advice on building a business and creating freedom for herself and her husband is extremely motivating. You are not going to want to miss this one. After our time with Michelle, we're highlighting another Money Master of the Week. But first up, let's get inspired by the $1 million blogger herself, Michelle Schroeder-Gardner. How's it going, Michelle?
Hi, it's going great. Thanks for having me today.
Well, thanks for being here. Would you mind telling everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do for a living?
Yeah, so my name is Michelle Schroeder-Gardner. I blog full-time at makingsenseofsense.com. I sold my house in July of 2015, and I have been traveling full-time in an RV with my husband and 2 dogs ever since.
That is incredible. I love it. Very cool. Well, you said you blog full-time for a living. That's incredible. And to hear how that all came together, we're going to dive into that today. You recently shared some income numbers for 2017 as this is your full-time living. Would you mind sharing those results with us?
Yeah. So in 2017, I earned around 1.5 million from my Making Sense of Sense and blogging business overall. I earn around $50,000 a month through affiliate marketing, around $50,000 a month through my blogging course called Making Sense Affiliate Marketing, and the rest is just through advertising and sponsorships by companies like financial brands and stuff like that.
That is incredible. Congratulations on your success. Everybody's putting the eyeballs back in their head right now as they finished listening to that number. That's incredible. So, you, like we talked about, let's dive through a little bit of your story. You weren't always the $1 million blogger. Tell us why you started blogging originally and how you decided that was something you wanted to do.
Yeah, so I started Making Sense of Sense back in August of 2011. It was all just a hobby back then. I didn't know that blogs could make money. I didn't know that there's like such a thing as blogging businesses or anything like that. I literally knew nothing about blogging. I was reading Cosmopolitan magazine back in the summer of 2011, and in it they featured a personal finance website called dailyworth.com. And in it, I started reading their personal finance website, and I started reading their comments. And I noticed a lot of the comments were from other personal finance bloggers. And I just started reading a ton of personal finance blogs. And I decided to start my own blog just so that I could journey my way out of debt, my way of managing money better and stuff like that. And eventually it grew to me making my first $100 through Making Sense of Sense, leaving my day job to blog full time to where I am at today.
That's incredible. So how did you earn that first dollar, that first $100?
Yeah, so around 6 months after I started Making Sense of Sense, a blogging friend of mine actually emailed me and said, do you want to make $100 off an advertisement on Making Sense of Sense? She knew a advertiser who wanted to place ads on various websites, and she threw my blog out there to the person, pitched them my website, and that's how I made the first $100, and it all just quickly grew from there.
That's incredible. So you were working full-time at this time while doing the blog as just sort of a side hobby, and then you said, oh, well, maybe I can make a little bit of money doing this. What were you doing full-time while you were working?
I was a financial analyst. Specifically, I was a valuation analyst.
Excellent. So you had this background. You were interested in personal finance already just because it was something that you did in your day job, but then it became more personal for you as you were trying to pay off this debt. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. What was the debt from?
Student loans. I had around $40,000 in student loan debt.
Okay. And then the process of you paying down those loans, was that assisted by the income that you were receiving through your blog at that time?
Yeah, I ended up paying off the $40,000 in student loans through side hustling, and it was just within 7 months. So I decided to pay off my student loans, and 7 months later, I actually set myself a goal of 6 months, but I paid it off in 7 months. And it was mainly through side hustling. So I was working like 100 hours a week between my day job and the side hustles that I had. So I was blogging on Making Sense of Sense. I was managing social media for other websites, staff writing, mystery shopping, taking surveys. I was pretty much doing everything I could to make a little extra money so that I could pay off my debt quicker.
Wow, 100 hours per week. So that was during that 6 to 7 month period. You were logging that pretty much every week?
Definitely. I was actually logging the 100 hours for like a few years.
Wow.
While I was building up the Making Sense of Sense business and working as a financial analyst full time.
Wow. So you have that drive, you have the ability to keep working like that. That's incredible. And were you married at this time while you were building the business?
Yes. I've been with my husband for almost 12 years now. So we've lived together since we were 18. So, I mean, we're always together, yeah.
That's incredible. Very cool. And now you guys are traveling the country together in your RV. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Very cool. So when did you make that transition from your full-time job to blogging full-time?
So around a year and a half after I started Making Sense of Sense, I realized that I was earning a great living from Making Sense of Sense, and I really enjoyed it. Whereas I wasn't enjoying my day job at all. It was really stressful. It was also a little boring and tedious, and didn't really get like a ton of vacation time or anything like that. And I realized I love making sense of sense, so why shouldn't I take this full time? So after my student loans were paid off, I didn't really have a whole ton like holding me back. Like I didn't have that huge monthly student loan bill every single month that I had to pay. And so I built up a really good emergency fund just in case I had a bad business month. And I turned in my 2-month notice as a financial analyst and left my day job to blog full time in September of 2013 or October of 2013.
That's great. So how much were you making around that time from your business and side hustle and things like that in order for you to feel comfortable? I know you said you had the emergency fund, but you had a pretty steady income coming in as well.
Yeah, I was earning around $10,000 a month on the side.
That's great. Very cool. So, you hear this story of somebody making $1.5 million in 1 year from being a blogger. And if you say that to just somebody off the street, I know you and I are in this little world, but if you say that to somebody off the street, they're going to say, how do you make money from blogging? How do you make that much money from blogging? Could we help people understand, we went through it just quickly on the different streams that you have, but maybe we can just talk about how you specifically make money and then break down what that actually means. When you say affiliate marketing, what does that mean? Would you mind doing that for us?
Yeah, exactly. So I can definitely do that. So my biggest way that I earn money each month through making sense of sense in my blogging business is through affiliate marketing. So affiliate marketing is when I place a link on my blog and a reader purchases that product through my link, then I earn a commission. Commission varies from product to product and company to company. It could be as low as like $1 per sign up, or it could be as much as $400 or $500. It really depends on the company, and there's definitely commissions that go way higher than that as well. So I earn around $50,000 a month through affiliate marketing, and I just promote products that my readers enjoy, products that I use. And I make sure it's not like slimy or salesy or anything like that. I promote everything very strategically and organically. Almost every single day I receive an email from someone who says, I know that you earn $50,000 a month through affiliate marketing, but I don't actually see any links or anything like that, so I just don't know if it's true. And it's all about promoting it correctly and strategically. So, I mean, there's not just a bunch of links everywhere or anything like that. I know exactly how to promote to my audience and how to make it so that they are getting a lot of value and quality out of it. So that's extremely key to being successful when it comes to affiliate marketing. And then my second way of earning income through making sense of sense is actually through my Making Sense of Affiliate Marketing course. So a few years ago, I was earning like tens of thousands of dollars through affiliate marketing, and I had tons of readers emailing me asking me to share my affiliate marketing knowledge. I started coaching people personally, like one-on-one, and it just took up a lot of time, and I couldn't really help that many people. And eventually people told me to create a course on affiliate marketing for bloggers. And that's exactly what I did. I created Making Sense of Affiliate Marketing, and I launched that in July of 2016. And today there are over 3,500 students, and I have tons of great reviews on the course.
And I'm one of them, everybody. I'm really enjoying it myself.
Yeah, thank you. So that's like the second way I earn money blogging, and that's anywhere from around $30,000 to around $70,000 a month. It really just depends on the month. Then the third main way that I make money through making sense of sense in the whole blogging business is through advertising. So think like display ads, like the advertisements that you might see in the sidebar or within an article. And then the main chunk of advertising is actually through sponsored posts. So think like I might partner with a bank or some other financial brand and review like their new cell phone app or their new budgeting tool or something like that. And that's how I earn around $10,000 to $20,000 a month.
That's incredible. And I know you don't do much outside of that. Can we talk about some of the other popular income streams that there are for bloggers? I know that there's speaking and video and things like that. Have you found or heard about success from other folks that have done this as well in the blogging world?
Yeah, YouTube is definitely a great way to earn blogging or online influencer income as well. There's definitely a lot of great people on YouTube who are earning a really great living. Another way is through Patreon or Patron. I'm not sure how to actually say that, but I've heard a lot of people having really great success through that. And that's basically like your readers are paying you for your content. So instead of having a bunch of advertisers pay you and a bunch of products, instead your readers value your content and they are paying you. But yeah, those are another two great ways to earn money online.
Cool. Yeah. And, You started to talk about your affiliate marketing practice that you do. You said it's a balance, obviously. You want to put things inside an article that you've written that seem very fluid and then not heavy-handed. How do you find the balance of the things that you are personally interested in or that you'd actually recommend with all the barrage of opportunities that you probably have coming at you?
So I only promote things on Making Sense of Sense that I know that my readers will get value out of. So a lot of people will like look at other blogs and see like, oh, they're doing well with that, so I'll promote that too. No, I don't recommend that at all. I recommend seeing what your readers want you to talk about. Try to find a solution to some sort of problem that you are commonly seeing like amongst yourself or with your readers. And then also just promoting things that you already use. Like I receive a lot of questions about like, what laptop am I using? What microphone do I use on podcast? What web host do I use? Like what budgeting tool do I recommend and stuff like that. So just like answering those common questions can help you with your affiliate marketing strategy.
We'll be back to the show in just a moment. Do you have some high-interest student loans that are dragging down your savings goals? Our sponsor, Student Loan Hero, could be your ticket to clobbering those loans much faster. This company specializes in refinancing and consolidating student debt by partnering up with the best banks out there. You could save tens of thousands of dollars and eliminate those loans a lot faster. A great place to start is with their helpful calculators they have on their site. By inserting your current loan info and the competitive rate you'd like to get from a partner like SoFi, you'll get a snapshot of how much you'd be able to save through the refi process. Less loans, more savings, and that will equate to a happier you. Go to studentloanhero.com to learn more or check out the link in the show notes of this show. 74% of Americans have no individual life insurance. And 64% of Americans with children under 18 have no end-of-life documents in place, including a will. That is just too many people, in my opinion, that are leaving their family finances up to chance. Time and money are usually the biggest excuses for not completing these important tasks. Tomorrow is taking care of both of those excuses today. This simple new app-based system from Tomorrow helps you create your legal will for free. And using that same information you've added for your will, Tomorrow recommends an appropriate amount of life insurance to protect you and your family from the unexpected. No more excuses, no more delays. Protect your family today with Tomorrow. Visit tomorrow.me/Andy and get your legal will made today for free. That's tomorrow.me/Andy. Let's jump back into our interview.
I understand that you also pride yourself in living quite frugally, based on the life that you have. With the increase of income that you've got, have you allowed yourself a little lifestyle inflation lately, or no?
We still spend pretty similarly to how we used to. Like there are still things that we like value. Like we like going out to eat to new places. Like since we travel full time, we like to try like the best restaurant in that town and try like their local flavors and stuff like that. But for the most part, we're still very frugal since we live in an RV. There's really only so many things that you can buy before you run out of space. And there's only so much weight that an RV can hold too. So, I mean, we're really not buying that many more things. The RV we live in, it costs more than the house that we used to own. So in that way, we've experienced a little bit of lifestyle inflation, but overall, we're not spending probably what the average person who earns $1.5 million a year spends.
Right.
We're definitely much more frugal than the average person.
Are you open to sharing what your typical annual expenses are for everybody?
Do you mean business or personal?
No, personal expenses. Yeah.
Personal, I would say around $5,000 a month, and that includes like traveling and pretty much everything.
That's incredible. Yeah, I mean, for you to be able to save that much more based on your business is incredible. So what are you doing with that money to help, I guess, grow your wealth? Are you investing it? Where are you putting this extra money? Because obviously $5,000 a month is not taking up all the income that's coming in.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much a quite the lazy investor, so I pretty much just invest in like Vanguard funds. So nothing too interesting here.
Excellent. And then obviously, since you're self-employed, it's a little different than somebody's got a full-time job for retirement savings, right? Do you use SEP IRAs or?
Yeah, I have a solo 401k.
Okay, great. Excellent. Cool. So could you help people understand just what a typical day of somebody who lives as a full-time blogger would be? What does your day look like?
So the day definitely varies. It depends on if we're moving the RV that day or if we are just staying in the same place. Like right now we're in Tucson, Arizona, just like waiting out the cold weather everywhere else since it's like freezing like everywhere in the country. Tucson, it's like a nice 70 degrees all winter long. So we're just sitting here, and our typical day is I will wake up, answer a few emails. I'll try to take the dogs on a few long walks throughout the day. I might go on a mountain bike ride. I might go on a long paved bike ride. I might go on a hike. Really just depends, but I like to enjoy the day since it is so nice here in Arizona and it hardly ever rains and it's just perfect for the winter weather. And then I usually try to work again more towards the evening hours. But on a moving day, if it's a moving day, then usually we wake up, move pretty much all day long. We have a rule where we don't like to drive more than like 250 to 300 miles in a single day. And yeah, so our day just really depends on what day it is, how much work I have to do if we're moving, and stuff like that.
So why does the life of an RV living, why does that excite you?
Why does that excite me?
Yeah.
I love RVing. Yeah, so I love being able to see new places, experience new sceneries, new environments. I love being able to park next to the mountains one day and maybe the beach or national forest or something another day. I love being able to visit all of the great national parks that we have. I just love to be in the great outdoors, definitely.
That's great. So do you guys have any exciting plans for this year for your adventures?
So like we don't really have any strict plans for 2018. We're kind of all over the place. We're thinking about buying a sailboat and starting that adventure, or thinking about maybe going to Alaska or the East Coast or something. Our plans are all over the place and they're all like completely different from one another. So either way, we'll have a lot of fun, but we're not positive yet.
It's okay. You don't have to have plans. That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
So where do you see Making Sense of Sense going in the next couple of years? Do you want to continue building what you have and growing what you have and helping people out? What's your goal there?
So my goal with Making Sense of Sense is definitely just to continue to help more and more people. Over the past 6.5 years, I've definitely noticed that a lot of people struggle with their money. People think talking about money is taboo and stuff like that. And I definitely want to change those beliefs. And I want to see more people talking about money more openly, improving their money situation, making more money, paying off their debt, and living their own life and stuff like that. So that's definitely something I want to help in the future with Making Sense of Sense. I just want to help more people. I love receiving emails every single day from readers where they tell me that I help them pay off their debt and other stuff like that. So I definitely want to see that continue to happen. I definitely want to see Making Sense of Sense continue to grow. But other than that, I don't really have any super major goals with it. I would like to push out some more products, probably on the budgeting side, the investing side, and definitely some more blogging products as well, since I do love to talk about blogging. Excellent.
Well, you started blogging in 2011, like you said, and for somebody listening today saying, wow, I would love to have a fraction of the success that Michelle has had, but man, it's got to be too late. There's probably too many blogs out there. If I start today, it's just not going to happen. What would you say to that person?
Yeah, I definitely hear that a lot. I actually just talked about that in my income report wrap-up that I just published the other day. A lot of people say like, oh, it's 2018, too late to start a blog. The funny thing is that when I started Making Sense of Sense in 2011, I was told that 2011 was too late to start a blog. So I think people just always say that. I think that blogging is like really just begun. Advertisers and companies are only just recently starting to see the value in bloggers. And due to that, I see advertising income to probably increase well into the future. I see more sponsored partnerships with companies. I just see that more readers and audience are starting to look at bloggers and other online influencers more as their source for reviews, product reviews, and endorsements and stuff like that.
Oh, it's incredible. Well, it's a great time to start then, everybody. You heard it today from Michelle, from somebody who's doing really well. You can keep it going. So I know you said that you've really enjoyed reading blogs, and some of those influenced you. Was there a book that you had picked up along this journey about building businesses that you said, hey, man, this really helped me to grow where I am today?
There's not one specific book. I definitely learned a lot about managing a business and growing a business through my finance MBA. And then I also was a valuation analyst. So I learned a lot about the backside of a business in that job because I was working with small businesses all the time, every single day. And then through growing Making Sense of Sense personally, there's a ton of different little ebooks and guides and stuff that I took to grow the blog and improve the income. So one of those, there's a great Facebook strategies course or ebook that I took, and I highly recommend that. That one is by the creator of Equipping Godly Women. She grew her Facebook page from 0 to like 100,000 Facebook followers in like 5 months. And
Wow.
I took her ebook guide, and it's really great. And it helped me grow my Facebook from 6,500 likes to 85,000 likes. And we are in completely different niches, her and I, and it still really helped me to be able to grow my Facebook likes. And then there's a great Pinterest guide by Rosemary Groner from The Busy Budgeter. Definitely recommend her Pinterest guide. That helped me hone in my Pinterest strategy. And then there's a lot of other great courses. Like if you're a new blogger, I definitely recommend a Light Blog Academy. I think it's going for sale in the next month or two, and that's definitely a great course for new bloggers.
Excellent. Well, if you have, you and I can connect and we can grab some of those links. I'd be happy to put them in the show notes for people to access and learn more about those great people doing business there. So if somebody wanted to jump into the blogging world today and grow their business through affiliate marketing, what's one action that they could take? Let's say they've already got a blog and they've been doing it for maybe a month or so, and they like writing, they're into it, but they're trying to figure out what's the next step so they can start growing income through affiliate marketing. What do you think that one piece of action advice would be for them?
There's so many things I could do. If you're a new blogger just a month in, my top tip would be to ask your audience what they want. You might not have a huge audience at the time, but if you have even just a few email subscribers or just a few views, you can ask your readers what exactly they want you to talk about. And that's a great way to see what product reviews you should start doing, what direction you might want to head a blog post into, and so on and so on. And so I always recommend surveying your audience. And if you have a few more blog posts, like say you've been blogging for a few months or even a few years or something like that, my top way to improve your affiliate income is to look at your top 10 blog posts. So go into your Google Analytics or your Pinterest Analytics if you don't have Google Analytics, but I definitely recommend downloading or getting Google Analytics as soon as you can if you don't have it. And look at your top 10 blog posts in there, just say from like the last 30 days. And then I recommend going into the top 10, since that's probably what's driving the majority of the traffic to your website, and adding affiliate links to those blog posts. And now you can't just slap affiliate links on your blog post and call it a day. You should really do your research, make those blog posts perfect. Like you might want to reread them, see if you can solve a common problem that you might be seeing in the comments of your blog post with an affiliate product. But yeah, that's definitely my number one recommended way for a blogger to improve their affiliate income.
That's incredible. That's great advice. I really appreciate that. I've utilized that strategy, and I really appreciate going through your course personally. It's helped me a lot to grow what I have with the blog that I've got going on, as well as the podcast. So I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with us today, Michelle. Where can people follow you, learn more about your success, and connect with you?
Yeah, so if you want to continue to read more about me and Making Sense of Sense, definitely just head to makingsenseofsense.com. In the top right-hand corner, you will see like all of my social media links. If you want to follow my RV travels, definitely go to instagram.com/Michelle Schro, and you'll find all of my RV pictures. I also have Twitter, Pinterest, and a great free Facebook community that I definitely recommend joining.
And are there great pictures of those two dogs as well?
Yes, definitely. All over the place.
Lots of dog photos. Good.
Yes.
Well, Michelle, thank you so much for taking the time today. It was great chatting.
Yeah, it was great talking to you today. Thank you.
What amazes me most about Michelle's story is that she created this life of freedom for herself and her husband incredibly early. She's in her late 20s. They have their whole lives ahead of them to do whatever they please. They've got the money, they've got the time, and they are in control. And it all started from a hobby. It all started from a single blog post. Do me a favor, my friends, whether you're into blogging or not, take Michelle's example and follow your passion. Like Michelle, it'll take time to make some measurable progress, but it will happen with dedication and determination. Think about Kat Alford's passion for writing in session 67, or David Manson's passion for brewing beer in session 42, or even Vincent Puglisi's passion for photography in session 66. These individuals envisioned a future for themselves that involved their hobby, and they figured out how to make some money from it, and eventually, how to make a living from it. The common refrain from these conversations, including our conversation that we just had with Michelle, was patience and persistence. Now it's time to announce the Money Master of the Week. I connected with Emily from Washington about a huge debt-crushing win of hers. She paid off over $15,000 of credit card debt and student debt in 12 months on a $40,000 per year salary. Talk about persistence. When I asked her how she did it, here's what she had to say.
I think it started with just a budget, just a simple, I'll spend this much a week, but after that, just whittling that down, I think the easiest change that I made that made the biggest difference was every single payday, pay my bills for the next 2 weeks, and then put aside what I needed for my budget, and the rest went straight to debt. So I didn't look at it really. It was gone immediately, and I just kind of moved on from there. And watching that big chunk go towards my debt every 2 weeks was also a big, clap for myself. I got real geeky about it.
I discovered Emily really enjoys challenges. I do too, Emily. She threw down a challenge for herself when it came to her food spending.
Well, I realized that my money was going to groceries, first of all. I went online and looked at how much a normal U.S. woman of my age would spend on groceries. And I was spending double the lavish amount. And it was kind of a wake-up call. So first I just went on a budget for groceries. But then I also realized that I was spending a ton of money on food and fun in other ways. So going out with friends and, dropping money on dinner and drinks. So I stopped making plans. I just stopped making plans. And I am very lucky to enjoy my alone time. And I'm very lucky to have family and friends who now understand what I'm doing and want to do free things with me. But I just singled out what I was spending the most money on and just stop doing them as much as possible.
With such an uphill battle ahead of her, Emily's challenger spirit is going to keep her going. I asked her if she's ready to keep battling the remainder of that $12,000 in credit card debt until it is gone. Here's what she said.
Absolutely. I looked back over the past year. I was thinking about it as that anniversary came. And I'm not a person who sticks with things. I get lots of ideas and then I get distracted. And when I looked back and made a little graph and the little line was going down so fast, and I looked at it and it was just really a wow moment for me that I'd found something that I was good at doing and I'd stuck with it. And so I just kind of look back on that now as a shock. And it definitely gives me the confidence to keep going. And now it's a lifestyle thing. It's not even, yes, I have some times where I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to do this, I want to do that. But for the most part, it's just become, that's how I am. That's how I live my life.
That's great. And every time you pay this down, it sounds like it's a sense of pride for you too. It's something that you're feeling really excited about.
Yeah, I've actually never been prouder of myself in really anything I've done. it's meant a lot to me. And, it's something that weighs on you every single day. And when you ignore it, you're ignoring it and you feel that guilt. And so when you start tackling it, it feels like it's such a sense of control. And I really feel like I have that control and I can just tick off dollars, every payday. And it feels awesome.
A lot of people have student debt and credit card debt, just like Emily. Here are the parting words of wisdom that she left for us, for others in the same situation.
The thing that I try to stress to myself and to other people is that you just have to adapt. If something isn't working for you, try something different, because you listen to the TV or the radio, or you go online and everybody's got some sort of advice and usually something to buy along with it. But, find something that works for you. If it doesn't, find something different. Change your budget. It's all about what is most comfortable.
Trial and error for the win. I love it. That's how I like to live too. There are a lot of paths out there, but you got to find the right one for you. If you want to follow Emily on her path toward clobbering the rest of this credit card debt, you can follow her on Twitter at DigInDigOut. That's DIGINDIGOUT. Emily, thanks so much for connecting, and congratulations for being our Money Master of the Week. Do you have a recent financial victory or even like a monster financial goal that you want to share on this show? Public proclamation can be a huge motivator, my friends. Once you say it on a podcast, you are more likely to get it done. So what do you say? Join me in this podcasting craziness. Email me at andy@marriagekidsandmoney.com or leave me a voicemail at marriagekidsandmoney.com/voicemail. I would love to hear from you. You'll find all the links and resources for today's show at marriagekidsandmoney.com/session74. Oh, and all the past podcast episodes that I mentioned today. Session 67 with Kat Alford, Session 42 with David Manson, Session 66 with Vincent Puglisi. All you need to do to access those past episodes is type in marriagekidsandmoney.com/session and then whatever the number is. So for this one, Session 74, Session 67, yada, yada, yada. You get the idea. I try to make it simple for all of you guys to go back and access the shows whenever you want. So since we're coming up on 75 freaking episodes, there's quite a catalog now. So got to make it easy for you to get back to them. In the spirit of growth and inspiration, I'm going to end the show with a quote today from Oprah Winfrey. Follow your passion. It'll lead you to your purpose. We only get one life. Let's make the most of it, my friends. Carpe diem.